both have busy schedules. Wish we had more time to spare. Want you around me like air. Can't get my feelings involved. And then
I'm helping people, bitch.
as you was there, show me you care. I wanna keep you around. People like us are so rare, so rare, so rare, so rare, so rare. I wanna keep you around.
What's up, what's up, what's up, what's up, what's damn, you Suvi sure. Girl, the goddess and I'm back. Ooh, with another one. With another one. Yeah. Before we get into the video though, I'm gonna need you to like, comment, subscribe, and share. You hear me? You're more than welcome to think that anything I say on this channel is a bunch of tomfoolery. You're more than welcome to think that anything I say is crazy or that I am crazy and I may need psychiatric help. You're more than welcome to disagree with anything I say on this channel, because why? What you think is valid in your world. Let me repeat that. What you think is valid in your world, okay? Think how you want to think. This channel is about freedom of thought, okay? So if you think Bigfoot and Sasquatch is real, baby, this is the channel for you. If you think fairies and mermaids exist, this is the channel for you. If you think aliens exist, this is the channel for you. I'm not here to persuade you to believe anything. I'm just here to provoke thought. All right, to open your mind. I started this channel to expose some of the darkness that goes on spiritually and to express myself and talk about my own experience. If you think what I'm saying makes sense, great. If you think it doesn't make sense, great. I'm just here to shake it up a little bit. Stir the pot a little bit. Wait, hold on. Shake it up a little bit. Stir the pot a little bit. Alright? Alright, now let's get into the video. Had to take that jacket off, child, because it was hot. It's still hot. It was cold earlier when I walked out the house. But that sun shining. But anyways, alright, so this gonna be my last time talking about this, but I just had to come on here and talk about it because it just happened. Okay, it was something that just happened. I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna use this for content on my YouTube channel. So I saw a post on my Instagram feed, and it was somebody who reposted a clip of Mr. J Hill talking to this girl. This viral clip, I saw it went viral a while ago, but this person just reposted it, and it was Mr. J Hill telling the girl, so just because the woman got all naked pictures on her Instagram, that means I'm supposed to approach her sexually? And the woman was like, absolutely, wholeheartedly. You're not gonna go up to a realtor's profile where you see a bunch of houses and ask him, does he sell cars, right? Which I understand her point, but I think that Mr. J Hill's situation, the situation with the women with the naked photos is different. Okay, so there are models and there are, you know, artists and photographers who post and create art with the naked human body all the time. Okay, so just because a woman has those types of photos on her Instagram does not mean that she is selling sex, and it doesn't mean that she wants to have sex with every single person. Like, she's not, like, that's not what that means, you know, all the time. So when I put my comment, I said, well, I think that his point is that just because a woman posts revealing photos does not mean that he has to treat her like a whore or with disrespect. And this woman is telling this man to compromise his morals as a human being as a decent human being, as a human being that wants to treat people with respect, to disrespect her just because she has these photos. Even if she is a whore, even if she is like trying to solicit sex or sell sex for money and whatnot, that does not mean that a person deserves disrespect, that a woman deserves to be disrespected. That's crazy. That's crazy. And I feel like everything that we have been taught is right and wrong is backwards. It's backwards, okay? Like, who the taught us that? Who the taught us that we should treat women who are naked online or have naked photos? Who taught us that? Who taught us to treat them like? Who taught us that? Who taught us that women who post naked photos or revealing photos means that they are disrespecting themselves? No. Who the said that? Who said that? Who said that? How you treat a person is a reflection of your character. You are choosing to treat a person with disrespect via your own free will. Via your own free will. That is a reflection of your character, not hers. Men tend to think, we are taught that when a woman is dressed like that means, I know it comes from prostitute culture and whole culture or whatever, pimp culture or whatever. Understood, but times have changed. These men, most of men, you still have an outdated way of thinking. A woman found a way, okay, I can use my beauty and my body to make money. That doesn't mean that I want you to have sex with me. That doesn't mean, yes, you can appreciate it for what it is. You can fantasize about it, whatever you want to do. But that does not mean you should approach me with disrespect. That does not mean you should approach me with disrespect. I follow a man who does the same exact thing. I follow him on Instagram. But I would never, ever, ever approach him with disrespect just because he is choosing to put his body out there. See, women and men are judged differently for that. So people were responding to me. Now, I was quite surprised. I was quite surprised at how many people agreed with me, because I went in on how clothing is a human innovation, that, you know, everybody was naked in the beginning times, and then once humans started to discover the materials of earth that earth provided, then they started to be innovative and create certain things, and clothing just happened to be one of them. They started to, you know, make little leaf skirts and grass skirts and you know, stuff like that. They started to create head pieces, and, you know, that's out of creativity. The Creator put us on earth naked. We were born naked. Okay? We were born naked. I talk about this in 2 other videos. Judge me with your intuition, not with your mind. Part 1 and 2. Y'all go watch those. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. But anyways, so I brought that up, talked about that. And so, but there were still men, of course. There were still men who, most of the women agree with me, and most of the men. But the people that disagree with me were only men. The only people that disagree with me were men. And these men kept saying, well, I treat you how you show up, or whatever, how you treat yourself. And I'm like, well, so one dude said, so if you see me with a bunch of guns and you know, something he said along the lines of, if you see me with a bunch of guns, won't you and I'm pointing them at people, and or like on Instagram doing like this, does that mean that I'm won't you treat me like a killer? And I said, well, No, he said, wouldn't you treat a killer like a killer? Are you supposed to treat a killer with respect? And so I said, well, if he is a killer, then yes, I'm going to treat him like a killer. But just because someone has guns doesn't mean that they're a killer. Just because someone takes photos with guns does not mean that they're a killer. Unless you've seen them kill a person, then it's just judgment. It is judgment and projection. All the rappers we know, all the rappers and all the, all of them talk about selling drugs. They talk about murder. They talk about all those things, but we're starting to find out that they aren't really like that. We're starting to find out that, they talk about doing drugs, lean, and Future said out his mouth that he don't even do lean. He don't even pop pills. He don't even take Molly and sip syrup and all of this. But the people that's listening to his music, the kids that's listening to his music, believe that he is because he's saying that he is. So just because a person seems that way doesn't mean that they are that way. And so you should never approach anyone with any expectations or any judgment without knowing them first, without understanding and without really using your discernment and intuition to see who that person really is. And then I said art has been the inspiration. I said the human body has been artists' inspiration for centuries. They have been painting the human body, sculptures and things like that. The human body has been the inspiration for art for centuries. People who do photography, that's an art. They take pictures of women nude, men nude, and it's art. Women post themselves, take pictures of themselves for art. It's just beauty. Admire it for what it is. Men take pictures with their shirts off and no clothing on for art, because they, to show their abs and to show how good they look, how good their body looks. And women do the same thing. That is all that it is. So approaching somebody with disrespect, even if she is a hoe, even if she is a whore, approaching somebody with disrespect without knowing who they are, even if you do try to test the waters, like, I'm trying to do this with you. If this woman is not showing you that she's interested in doing that with you, if you see that she's not, then that is not the type of person that she is. So, anyways, I got a bunch of men talking about something. Well, Native Americans weren't naked, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, bro, I said the beginning of times. Nothing existed in the beginning of times. Everything that exists was invented, had to be created. Like y'all are not thinking. But I remember, the reason why I want to talk about this is because I remember being that girl. And this is why I do what I do. This is why I put myself in their position, in their shoes, to be judged, so that I could teach other people this lesson that I learned. When I used to do that to other people, I used to project and say some foul, used to be so mad and so bothered by what another woman, by what other people did with their bodies, well, what other women did with their bodies. And it's just like, damn. So once I came across a few women who I followed on Instagram, who was completely and utterly was posting their bodies for a completely different reason than what we think, what we've been taught women show their bodies for. I was like, my God. I was like, she is nothing like what what we think, what most people would think she is. You know what I'm saying? Like, she is nothing like that. She's nothing like that. And so when that whole thing about protect black women was trending, she was like, wow, like, y'all men are really sitting here trying to make excuses not to be men, not to be protectors. Well, I'm not gonna protect the woman who's just out there like that. Like, what? You trying to tell me that I deserve, just because I do this, that I deserve to be attacked or unprotected or treated a certain way? Like, damn, that's messed up. That's really messed up. You're telling me that you wouldn't help me if I was under attack because I asked for it. Because you're telling me that I did it to myself. When Amber Rose did the slut walk, every man totally disregarded the message that she was trying to send. Like, when a woman is not asking to be, just because she has on a short skirt or short shorts or whatever, she's not asking a man to her. Is when a man forces himself onto a woman after she said no, when she tries to resist, when she says I don't want it. So the slut walk was women walking around with provocative clothing, or dressed provocatively, and saying I still don't want it. Look, I still don't want it. I still don't want it. And men tend to think that it is the woman's fault for being. That does not make any freaking sense. That makes no sense. That makes no sense at all. That makes no sense at all. Or, well, when men are biologically wired differently. Okay, so let's talk about how women are wired. Women are wired to be emotional. Women tend to only want to have sex when they are emotionally involved. So that's like saying if a woman is emotionally attached or involved with a man who does not feel the same way, but she chooses to force herself on him because she is in love. Because she is in love. So I'm going to make you be with me because I'm in love. Like, you see how crazy that sounds? You will call that woman crazy. Y'all be calling that woman crazy. Y'all will be calling that woman crazy as hell. She's psycho. She has no self-control. No, I will be told, women will be told that we need to control our emotions. So men need to control themselves as well. They need to control their own sexual arousal. We don't do that. We don't control your sexual arousal. We don't control your sexual appetite. We don't control that. But you can. You can. Y'all have backwards. That we've been taught that's right and wrong is backwards. So I started to use, because I was that type of girl, that type of person, used to just be so negative, so disrespectful to people, to women, for choosing to dress a certain way or do certain things. I chose to put myself in their position, use myself. I was like, all right, Spirit, so I learned this lesson, so I'm going to put myself in that position to teach this, to help teach everyone what I learned. That is why I do what I do. That is why I post the pictures that I post. So anything you think about me is I know is a reflection of your own of your character. It's a reflection of your mind. And I really love like seeing how people's minds work. 'Cause I'm like, and I remember like reading all the comments. I'm like, bro, I remember thinking just like this. I remember when I used to think just like this, bro. And I was like, I understand. And I was like, bro, I understand you. It's not even that I don't understand you. I understand you. But now it's time for you to understand me. Open your mind up. Open your mind up. Unlearn all the things that you've been taught. Okay? Unlearn all the things that you've been taught. Unprogram yourself. And then see it from my point of view. And then understand from my point of view. So I actually did got through to one man. And one man was like, wow, I understand that. You know, he was like, you know, we do have to think about how we project onto people and the programming and how we are being how our thoughts are being controlled. He said something along the lines of that, and I was like, thank you for understanding. So I'm getting through to some people, but some people shut down. It's like and I don't even really think that is, and that's how spell work works. That's how spell work works. Spell work works mentally, okay? When you attach your mind to a certain thought process, a certain thought form, you are up under a spell. That's what being up under a spell means. No matter what I say, no matter what you do, no matter how many facts, no matter how much evidence I put in your face about a person, I'm still going to believe this about this person because you've attached your mind to this thought, to these thoughts, to this thought form, this thought process. And that's actually all I have today. I feel like that is a spell, that is a curse that's been passed down from generation, a patriarchal curse created by those patriarchal men, those men back in those times. You know, so anyways, that's really all I have. They put that curse on women a long time ago, but now we breaking it. Now we breaking that curse. We breaking that spell. And you will, if I have anything to do with it, you will start to learn how to see people for who they actually are. You will learn how to judge people by the content of their character. You will judge each individual for their character, for who they are. That is my goal. That is my mission. Besides exposing dark spirituality, this is my mission. You're not going to tell me that disrespecting a woman just because she's naked is of God. You're not going to tell me that. You're not gonna sit here and tell me that God told you to disrespect this woman. You're not gonna tell me that Allah told you to disrespect this woman. When Jesus was on that cross, he said, "Forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do." So this man was being killed. This man was being murdered by people who misunderstood him, by people who misunderstood who he was, because it was different from what they were used to, from what they had learned. They were afraid of him. So while he's being murdered and saying, "Forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do," This man was healing people. But these people still chose to see him as some sort of, I think fraud is the best way to describe it, as some sort of like negative person to society, to their society. So we got to get rid of them. You're not about to tell me that. You're not about to tell me that God told you, that Jesus told you to disrespect people. Anyways, that's it. That's all I have. And remember, don't be a hoe.